Most anime fans love a good power fantasy, mainly because that's what they grew up with, and love a new show that seems to hit some of the same tunes as the old ones we watched when we were younger. Now it seems like studios are realizing that those same fans have kinda grown up. The most recent major example airing right now is Solo Leveling. The webtoon and light novel fans alike have been edged so much by the show's delays, and now they've been able to blow their load. Has it lived up to expectations so far? Yeah, it did. But I'm not gonna lie, I think it's very convenient that this show started 2 weeks after MAPPA's biggest shonen series hit finished up its second season. So I'm just gonna say it. A1 Pictures did not want that battle with MAPPA. And to be fair to them, why would you choose an uphill battle for your new show when you can cement the new year with your promising new banger? Also, I'm aware that other things happened, the big one being some of the studio staff members getting COVID. I'm just saying, the anime airing now instead of last spring is just very much to the studio's advantage. I left it to the last minute to read the webcomic, and I said, if I can read up to chapter 50, then I've probably read up to where the first season will end, and then I can begin with this video. When I got to the chapter, I was like, I don't feel like doing this video right now, I'll just read the whole thing instead. So here I am now talking about the premise and what's been aired so far. But before that, please make sure to hit the subscribe button while you're here. Doing so, you'll be up to date with the channel's activity going forward, and I'd really appreciate the support. Let's get down to it. In this world, our world, dungeons, gates to other realms, and monsters exist. And among humans, there are individuals that gain various abilities to combat such threats. They are called hunters, and they are well established in civilization to the point that a ranking system exists to accommodate them, with the S title representing the strongest and E being the weakest. S-ranked hunters are simply beasts. Government authorities tend to call them monsters themselves, as even they technically can't contain them with force alone. Our main character, Sun Jin Woo, if you haven't figured it out already, is a bottom tier beta male stinking E-ranked hunter. The story starts off with him in a raid party. Later on during that raid, he gets injured. Luckily, B-ranked healer Lee Ju-hei sorts that out with her abilities. The party then reached another door where they took a vote to decide whether they turn back or proceed to go on. It's even Steven when it falls to Sun Jin Woo with the deciding vote. Of course, he almost got turned into a kebab not too long ago. Therefore, there's no way he'd do such a thing as, he chooses to go for it. So they get into room number 1 and realise they done fucked up, and most of them get eviscerated by these giant stone statues inside. A few manage to survive thanks to the sacrifice of Sun Jin Woo, and as he's bleeding out, losing consciousness, a HUD screen pops up stating he's unlocked a secret quest and wakes up in a hospital bed. Finding out that he can level up, he starts his journey of accumulating buffs and broken abilities alike, while he tries to find out why only him, of all people, that this has happened to. But why is this good, you say? Well, if the beginning is anything to go by, shit gets real. And I don't mean, a few damsels in distress are about to receive an imminent death blow. I mean a load of people get hit and do not get back up. So if you like violence similar to the Dark Shonen trio, then you'll probably want to check this out. And it's fair to say that the animation quality will probably end up being the best of the season. However, A1 Pictures may have messed up on one thing, and you're gonna call me a greedy anime viewer for saying this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Last year, we've had a few shows that had a more than one typical episode anime premiere. With all the delays that took place, they couldn't have just looked at the trajectory of that effect and go with that plan. Of course, I don't know the ins and outs of production, but I can't help but feel like they missed out on a good opportunity to really entice the viewers instead of teasing them like they did to the manhwa readers excited for the anime format. But I guess there's points for consistency in that regard. The story, for better or worse, is really only about Sun Jin Woo. Here in the manhwa, there are a few cutouts to other side stories here and there, but it's clear that it is only for the sake of how those set pieces are going to co-align with Sun Jin Woo's journey. So I'm interested in how the anime are going to deliver the rest of the story, but I wonder if they're going to fatten the story a bit and maybe go in a bit more depth with other characters. I personally like the webtoon comic as it is, especially considering the story is called Solo Leveling. Now to talk about the only character that can level up, Sun Jin Woo. To make up for his powerlessness in the beginning, he has a heart of gold with a hint of pig-headedness. No, he doesn't aim to be the greatest hunter. The rules don't work like that in this world. He's got grown man issues. He's forking out money to pay rent and ensure that his younger sister doesn't have to drop out of school. And let me guess, his parents are dead or missing, right? Yes and no? His mother is in a coma and his dad is nowhere to be found. So more or less the shonen protagonist model is there. The motive, however, clearly more grounded. I'm pretty sure young adults can relate to that struggle. You can have a nice salary only for bills to swallow most of that up. But oh boy, does Sun Jin Woo end up getting rewarded for his trials and tribulations. If you like an underdog story, chances are you'll like this one. Sun Jin Woo certainly felt like the chosen one of chosen ones in a single player RPG game. The world has a nice well written power system, but it's clear that the rules in place do not apply to Sun Jin Jinwoo. If you like the rewards of seeing that level up pop-up screen appear along with stats buffs and menu screens, this might be just enough for you to want to see this show through. Though it could really piss you off if you only like that in your games and not in your anime. There may not be much emotional investment other than excitement and dread for anybody that's not Sun Jinwoo. With the advantage of knowing that he's special in this world, you're not exactly thinking, oh my god, how's he gonna get out of this one? But more like, okay, this next sequence better be good. But to make up for it, he does have some one-liners for his enemies that range from Giga Chad to Goofy. And if you just want to see a spectacle of magical combat and just see a main character do main character things, you should definitely give this one a shot. Though if you've got the same reviewing process as IGN, you might just want to skip this one out. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. It helps these videos get seen. If not, leave a comment about the video or this series. See ya!